Sun number 1,013,572 had been alone for 500 million years. It did not know what was coming. The records do. 5 billion years ago, our sun was a variable star, young, still finding its rhythm, pulsing on a 3.5-day cycle, responsive, sensitive to outside forces in the way that only young stars are. It burned alone in its region of space, throwing no planets, holding no worlds. There was nothing to hold. Then, something entered the neighborhood. The Angona system began its approach 4.5 billion years ago. Its center was a dark giant of space, solid, highly charged, possessing a gravitational pull of tremendous force. It gave off no light. It announced itself through no visible signal. Its presence was first recorded not by sight, but by behavior. The behavior of our sun's surface as it began, slowly, to respond. Gigantic tongues of solar gas rose from the surface, drawn toward something the sun could not see. At first, they fell back. The sun's own gravity reclaimed them, and they collapsed, enormous arcs of fire returning to their source. But Angona continued to close. 500,000 years passed this way. The tongues rose higher each time. They fell back less completely. And then, one did not fall back at all. The root returned to the sun. The outer section did not. It detached. It entered independent orbit, the first fragment of what would become a solar system, circling its parent in a new elliptical path. This went on. For 500,000 years it went on. Then came the closest approach. The sun, in the midst of one of its periodic internal convulsions, was simultaneously pulled from without. The forces met. From the Angona-facing side, an enormous column of solar gas was drawn out and permanently detached from the sun's gravitational control. The column hung in space, pointed at both ends, enormously bulging at its center. 12 worlds in potential, all of them made from material that had belonged to the sun hours before. The massive central bulge condensed into 2 enormous bodies, Jupiter and Saturn. They contained so much superheated solar material that they shone. They emitted light and heat. For a brief period, our solar system had 3 suns. Then 2 of them began to cool. They have not finished cooling yet. The 5 inner condensations became planets. The 5 outer condensations became planets. 12 worlds from one stolen column of solar gas. Angona departed into remote space. It took nothing. It left behind everything. Less than 1% of planetary systems in the universe were formed by an event like this. The vast majority of worlds orbit suns that retained their material. Suns that were never visited, never disrupted, never pulled apart by a passing gravity field. Ours was not one of those suns. The column cooled. The 12 bodies settled into their orbits. The third of them, still largely molten, still being hammered by the debris of its own formation, had 2 billion years of cooling ahead before anything could survive on its surface. That record belongs to another entry entirely. This is Earth Origins, the documented history of our world, paper by paper, from the archives of creation. If this record is one you wish to continue following, the next entry is already waiting. Subscribe. The archive is open.